It's a foggy morning this morning. The dew is super heavy. Good morning. Good morning. It's kind of a chilly morning. It's 50 degrees. Good morning. You're so hungry? Yes. Let's see where this one is. Good morning. Baby. Hey. Good morning. We have a billy goat over there because he separated the billy from the mom and the other babies. He'll go to the sale. I gotta get their buckets, get them some fresh milk and water. Good morning, everyone. We had a beautiful sunrise. It was kind of foggy and misty, and I really like that kind of sunrise where it's not necessarily sunny, but unique. Anyways, I thought it was pretty, so I thought I would show it to you all. I got my chores done, got my calf chores done outside, and so now I'm gonna finish what I actually started yesterday, which I made some barbecue sauce out of our tomatoes, and today I have to can them up. And then once I have that done, I have to harvest my grapes. They are looking really good. They taste really good. I was able to keep the birds out of them, and for the most part, the bugs have stayed away. There have been a little bit of bug issues, but not terrible. Last year I lost all of my grapes to, I think, birds because I was gone for a couple days, and then when I got back they were gone. So I think that was birds, but this year we protected them, and today we're gonna harvest them. So I'll bring you along to show you that. It's also a little bit chilly, so I've been in the mood for making breads and things. So I've got some bagels that I have to shape and get rising, so I'll do that. So I'm gonna get this heating because it's chilled, and I actually have two varieties. This one is a traditional barbecue. That one is called sweet and sour. They're in the ball canning cookbook, but I don't know if I really like them. This is the first time I've made both these recipes, and I feel like the last recipe, I can't find the last recipe that I used, but I felt like the last recipe tasted better than this one, so I don't know what I did different. But the guys seem to like them, so I'm gonna can them, because at first I thought I'm not even gonna bother putting them in jars because we're not gonna eat it, but if the guys like it, then it's okay. Kevin says it kind of tastes more like ketchup than it does barbecue sauce, which I made some ketchup earlier. Actually, Mackenzie and I, let me show you. Mackenzie and I have been busy with tomatoes. She made all this. This is all salsa she made. Then I did some stewed tomatoes here, and then I did ketchup. A couple days actually, so some of it's already put away, but yeah, that's what we've been doing. And the ketchup, the barbecue sauce, and the salsa take a little bit longer than just canning tomatoes, but I think it's worth it. And look, and I have fruit flies all over, but look at the size of this pepper. I love these peppers. Every year they do so nice.
It's supposed to, on your valve cover, go on the plug here, to get these in and remove the 2-inch mount nuts on the frame. Ones right below the exhaust, and make sure it goes in nice and smooth. If it's too snug, kind of move it around a little bit and open a hole for it. So you want these to go in nice and smooth. You want them to be snug, but if you can't get your glow plug in, once you
This traditional one tastes a little bit more like barbecue sauce, and I'm not gonna share the recipes with you unless I absolutely love it. So you can look these up in the ball canning book, they're there. And this one here is a sweet and sour, so it has like honey and pineapple in it. And I have crushed pineapple in it. It seems a little bit chunky to be barbecue sauce, so I'm gonna run my immersion blender through it and try to smooth it up a little bit. Now I've got my hot jars. I just took these out of the water bath canner where they've been staying really hot, so they're still very hot. And then I have my first part, this is my traditional barbecue that I'm going to place in the jar. So I'm using half pints because usually you can use a pint, but since I'm not like a big fan of this yet, and the flavor isn't going to change once I put it in the jar. So I'm going to put it in half pint jars, that way we use it out quicker than if we had a whole pint of it. And that way I don't have it sitting in the fridge for any length of time. But this is good and hot. My jars are hot, and the water bath canner is, well, it's boiling. So we're going to fill these jars. I don't have my funnel, so I got to run and grab that. Alright, so I have to actually go the other way because this is how I'm used to it. Let's see, this is good and thick though. It thickened really nicely. I'll show you. And I'm going to put about 1/2 inch headspace. And hopefully, I don't know how many it's going to make, but I have a lot of these jelly jars since I didn't make any jams this year. We just haven't been eating jams like we used to when the kids were younger. So I haven't made, or did I make strawberry? I might have made strawberry freezer jam, but I didn't make any canned jam. Looks like I've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 half pints of the traditional. All right, so here are my grapes. Well, some of them, you can't see them all, but I'm gonna harvest a big bowl of them and see how much time it takes to prepare these. Some of them have started to look like this, where they're dried up. So that's where the wasps and the bugs have sucked out all that juice. So that's when I know that they're starting to definitely get riper. This one has a couple good ones on it yet, so I'll keep that one. But the ones that you know that the bugs are kind of swarming by are the ones that I'm going to harvest first. This little wasp here, he just wants to be friendly with that. This one here actually has some that are gone.
She's not the right tool for the job.
No?
Squished
I'm
one.
not sure my scissors are. I
Just
should be
squished
using
one
my...
that whip.
I'm going to stop here, bring them in, wash them, and yeah, get them ready for juicing. And Sydney's going to eat them all. Alright, so I have my grapes soaking in here because, well, quite frankly, there was a lot of spiders, and this is a good way to kill them. But I started taking the stems off and putting them in this colander. Whoops, there's water there, isn't there? I make a mess. To make the grape juice, I'm using my steamer. So this is the colander part of the steamer. And I'm going to fill this up as full as I can with the grapes. And then over here is the rest of my steamer. This is what it looks like. So there's water, boiling water in here. This is the catchment for where the juice will go, and then the colander actually sits on top, and then this lid will go on top of the colander, and that will just steam and do its thing. I'm sterilizing the last of the jars for the rest of the barbecue sauce, which is right here, trying to stay warm. So this is the sweet and sour sauce. This is the sauce that I personally don't really care for too much, but I think the family they'll eat it.
Yeah,
It'll be fine. Keep working at taking off all these little grapes. My grapes aren't super big. As you can see, these are little grapes, and I think it's probably just the way I prune my bushes, or it's a variety of grape. I have no idea, but I've never had big grapes, so this is what I have to deal with. So so I'm still working at taking all the little grapes off. My bowl's almost full, and then I will get it on the stove and get it steaming. But this is kind of a tedious job, and I do have a stool that I can sit on because I've been doing this for about 2 hours, and it's just one of those labors of love, you know what? It's really good grape. This is gonna be really good grape juice, and it's organic. You can add sugar to it when you go to can it if you want to, but you definitely do not have to. You can turn the grape juice into grape jelly. There's just so many things that you can do with it besides just drinking it, which is most likely what we'll do because my kids have always loved grape juice. I also make a grape cider, and I like to do that in the fall or in the winter. A lot of times I make it in the fall months, and it's so good. It's warm grape cider with the hint of cinnamon, and it's so good. I could actually turn some of my grapes into cider, so maybe if I have time in the future while working with these grapes, to make a video, I'll show you that video of making the grape cider. It's so good. You just make it in your crock pot, and yeah. Then when I get all these done, then I gotta work on my bagels because they have been rising for long enough. I made sourdough bagels, and I know several of you have asked for that recipe, and I do plan on doing a video showing you on my kitchen channel, Acres of Clay Kitchen, I'm gonna show you how to make sourdough bagels. They're so good. My kids just love them. Alright, I've got my bagels going on over here, but I want to quick show you what the grapes are doing. Can you see that? That's almost full. That means I need to start emptying it. I'm just going to put it in this glass bowl for now, and then we'll put it in our jars. But this hose gets very, very hot, so you gotta be careful. But you'll see, once I unsqueeze it, how beautiful the juice comes out. You see that? That should be good. So, looks like I got 8 cups so far. Oh, it smells so good. So I'm gonna keep it boiling, and I'm just gonna put this off to the side. My bagels are ready to go into the oven. So they'll be in the oven for about 20-25 minutes. And I've got like everything bagels. I have different kinds of cheeses. This is a Parmesan. Up here is just sesame, and then I have a Swiss cheese. I have Swiss cheese on ones down below. So they're gonna be so good. Well, it's evening because I didn't video anymore, so I'm going to show you what I ended up with. I ended up with 9 pints of juice to put on the pantry shelves. So the pantry is starting to fill up with our grapes and our tomatoes. And this all here is all barbecue sauce. So I'm going to let these sit overnight before I take the rings off and wash all the tops off. And then let me show you my bagels. Now I put the bagels in plastic bags when they come out of the oven so they don't dry out. But this is what they ended up looking like. And I think most of the Swiss cheese ones are already gone. I think Sanders ate some already tonight.